Very good morning, children. I welcome you all back to my class. Yesterday we started learning the next topic in grammar, which is modals. We learned that modals are helping verbs, which is called as the modal auxiliaries, which comes under verbs. So we have seen the first two types of modals, which is has to, have and had to, and the second one must and mustn't. Let us continue with should and shouldn't, and then further let us see what are the types of modals. So should and shouldn't are the next type of modals that we are going to see today. When do we use should? We use should to express an obligation or duty, to give recommendations to someone, or to caution someone about something. And then we also we also express a probability or prediction that can be expected using the word should in a sentence. We look at some examples. You should try to lose weight. So this is an advice. Giving advices are very easy for us, isn't it? So we tell you should lose weight, or what should I wear? So here what should I wear is a question, but again it is asking for a suggestion or an advice. The next example is you should be wearing your seat belt. So this is a compulsion. This is an obligation. We are bound to wear seat belts when we travel by a car. The baby, I should be at work now. So this is my duty time, and I have to be at work by this time. So I'll put the sentence using the word should, saying I should be at work now. Then we have, are you ready? The train should be here soon. When do we say this? When we know that the train is going to arrive at a particular time. So this sentence says that if we are not ready by this time, the train will arrive before we reach that place. So, are you ready? The train should be here soon. The baby should be about a year old. Like I told you, this is a prediction. Like you can make out by the appearance of that baby that it is of 1 year age. So this is a prediction which is very likely to be correct. So the sentence is the baby should be about a year old. Next one, work hard lest you should fail. So lest means what, children? Last year you have learned that lest is the alternative word for using otherwise. So this is a condition where using this combination of words we create a caution. So we tell that if you don't work hard, you are going to fail. So we say it as work hard lest you should fail. Go fast lest you should miss the bus. The next model we are looking at now is need or need not. So need is used to express a necessity or an obligation again. So generally need is used in an interrogative sentence in present tense. Need I tell you more is one example of using the word need in a sentence. Need you worry about the lost bus pass? So here, do you have to worry? Do you need to worry, or do I need to tell you more? So these type of things are changed in such a way that need is the helping verb which satisfies this sentence. And then we have need not, which is the negative form of this model. So need not is used to express something that is not necessary. You need not meet him. You need not have abused her. When you scold someone in anger, we just say that you need not have done that. I can hear very well. You needn't shout. So here needn't is the negative form of using the word need, and needn't is the contraction of need not. Let's look at the next model. It is ought to or ought not. So we use ought to express an obligation or desirability. Desirability is what you want or what you expect that will be good to happen. We ought to love our neighbors. This is an obligation. He ought to get the promotion. So you feel that the person you're talking about is eligible to get a promotion. So you say he ought to get the promotion. We also use ought to express duty. We ought to help the poor. This is a duty, a sense of responsibility. So we ought to help the poor. You ought to respect the rules. So respecting the rules is also a sense of responsibility. It is our duty. and then we use ought to for expressing probability. Probability means a likeliness of doing something or something being happening. The price of petrol ought to come down soon. So in a given scenario, we can predict or we can expect that this is likely to happen. So we say that the price of petrol ought to come down soon. And then we have logical deduction as a component which is used to represent ought to in a sentence. My handicraft has been received well. Suppose I am an artist, I do handicraft items, and people have started accepting it as a good one. And then I'll say that it is going to get me some good money. So how do I put it in a sentence? My handicraft has been received well. It ought to fetch a good price. The chief guest has left. He ought to be here any time. So these two examples tell that because of some reason, it is going to be logically received in a different way. So my handicraft has been received well. It ought to fetch a good price. Because of the handicraft being accepted well, it is likely that I get good price for it. Now, the chief guest has left. So he has already started for the program from his house. He ought to be here anytime. So here logical deduction is because he has already started from there, it is almost time that he arrives at this venue. So we use this ought to mention that logically this thing is going to happen. And then ought not is the last one in our models, children. This is the negative form of ought. Remember, after the word ought not, we do not use to like we use it in ought to. Here it will be just ought not. If you look at the first example I have written, he ought to or ought not smoke so much. What do you think will be appropriate here? Do you think he should smoke too much? No. So we say he ought not smoke so much. We ought not disrespect our elders. So here we are talking about the negative form of using ought. So we say that we ought not respect our elders. If we change this sentence in the positive form, we'll write it as we ought to respect our elders. So ought not becomes ought to and disrespect becomes respect. That's all in models, children. I'll send you some assignments for today. If you have any problem in understanding on solving these answers, please feel free to text me. As usual, I'll try to help you. All the best. Do your assignments well and have a happy day. Thank you so much, children.